In 367 AD, a monk named Basil of Caesarea wrote a letter that would shock the early church. We prayed for weeks against the demonic oppression in our monastery. Nothing. Then we tried something from the Hebrew scriptures. We stopped asking God to fight, and we started remembering out loud what he'd already done. The demons didn't just leave, they fled as if in physical pain. He continued, "There is a Hebrew word, Zakar, that we translated as remember, but we missed what it actually means. And when we finally understood it, we realized we'd been holding a loaded weapon and treating it like a journal entry. Most Christians think prayer is the ultimate weapon, but Basil discovered something more devastating, a strategy that turns your past victories into present power. If your prayers feel weak, if you keep facing the same battles, if spiritual warfare feels exhausting, this will change everything. The word is Zakar. It appears over 230 times in the Old Testament, always translated as remember. But here's the problem. When you hear remember, you think of passive nostalgia. That's not what Zakar means. Zakar is a legal and military term. It means to invoke, to bring forward, to make legally active in the present moment. When God says, remember my covenant, he's not saying think fondly about our agreement. He's saying activate it, bring it into now, enforce what I already established. When you Zakar, you're not being sentimental. You're summoning past verdicts into present battles. 1 Samuel 17, David facing Goliath. Everyone is terrified. Goliath has defied Israel for 40 days. David doesn't pray, God, please help me. He remembers, I killed a lion, I killed a bear. The Lord who rescued me from the paw of the lion and the bear will rescue me from the hand of this Philistine. David isn't hoping. He's invoking past victories as proof of present authority. God delivered him before, so this giant is already defeated. That's Zakar. And Goliath fell. Psalm 77:11. I will remember the deeds of the Lord. Yes, I will remember your miracles of long ago. The psalmist is overwhelmed, feeling abandoned, and instead of just praying for help, he Zakars. He remembers. He lists what God has done. And in the remembering, the past becomes present power. Here's what Basil discovered. When believers would remember out loud what God had done with specificity, demons recoiled. Why? Because when you Zakar, you're not asking God to do something new. You're declaring he's already done it, and that victory is still in effect. You're bringing a past win into a present fight, and the enemy has no defense against a battle he's already lost. Your testimony is a legal precedent. When God delivered you before, he established a pattern. That pattern doesn't expire. Revelation 12:11. They triumphed over him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. The word of their testimony, not just prayer. Your memory of what God did is a weapon. The enemy wants you to forget. But when you Zakar, you remind him this is a battle he's already lost. So when the enemy attacks, say this out loud. I remember when you delivered me then. That victory is still active. You did it before, you're doing it now. This enemy has already lost. In Jesus' name, be specific. Name the battle, name the victory. The more specific your memory, the more targeted your weapon. David didn't say, God helped me once. He said, I killed a lion, I killed a bear. Specific, detailed, undeniable. When you Zakar with specificity, you're not making a general statement. You're presenting evidence. Prayer asks God to move. Zakar declares he already has. If this just weaponized your memory, comment below right now. Not for the algorithm, it's for warfare. Because the moment you Zakar, every battle becomes one the enemy has already lost. Subscribe and join us. This is the King's Ministries, and we are taking back ground.